Welcome to Two Dudes, One Movie Podcast, the podcast where two dudes dive into cinematic masterpieces from a different decade each week. Right now, we're in between seasons, and so instead of our regular scheduled programming, we're here with something new. It's time for some debates. And for our debate today, we're going to be asking the question, what is the best creature feature movie post-2000s? Classics are off the table, Rick.
No Jaws.
So, for those of you who haven't been tuning into our debate shows, this is how it's going to work. Both sides will get a chance to share their thoughts and opinions, and then we will have a short rebuttal session. Then it's up to you. You decide who won the debate by liking, commenting, and sharing who you felt like won the debate. It's the only way for us to feel any emotional satisfaction after this. So we're really counting on all of you, our listeners, to make your decisions known. Rick, I don't want to leave any of our listeners with any more anticipation. I think we should just jump into it, and I volunteered to go first on this one.
You got it, Park. Give it to me.
I was waiting for you to say something there to get some sort of
I was
response.
blanking out. Give
All
it
right.
to me, Park.
I think the best creature feature to come out post-2000 is A Quiet Place. And Rick, I'll tell you why. John Krasinski and Emily Blunt running a family. What's more real and authentic than that? That's it. That's the argument.
Oh, that's it.
I'm just kidding. No, honestly, though, I made this pick because of how innovative this movie is in its approach to storytelling, in its action. And when I say action, I don't mean fighting type action. I'm talking about action over dialogue. On top of that, it's world-class in its sound design and suspense, and it's an inclusive movie as well, Rick, with one of the daughters being a hearing-impaired actress, which I think is a really cool piece to include because those folks aren't represented in the motion picture industry all that much. Rick, I'm going to tell you why, though, specifically this movie is the best creature feature. It's because it harkens back to the classics and what the classic creature features do, like Jaws and Alien, and that is very simply put, it doesn't give the monster away. Rick, why are people so scared of the shark in Jaws or the alien in Alien? It's because we spend most of the movie scared of what could be over what really is. It's our imagination and the unknown just beyond the camera frame, just lurking in the shadows, that drives our suspense and fear way more than any visual representation of a monster on screen can. And I think it just does such a great job of teasing the monster. The second one doesn't do it quite as well because the reveal had already come. But throughout the story, these creatures move so fast, and so you're only catching them for flashes and moments. It's not till the end of the movie where you really get to see these creatures in their entirety. And throughout the course of the film, and especially the first half of the film, you're so scared of what could be. Not to mention the other enemy of the film, noise. How interesting and different is that? The moment one of these characters bumps into something, or specifically I'm thinking about when Emily Blunt is walking down the stairs and walking up the stairs and she steps on that nail, you feel that so much more because her inability to make noise, or because she has to let out a yelp in pain. Rick, that is phenomenal filmmaking. That is masterclass filmmaking. And because of that, it is the best creature feature post-2000.
Park, it's no doubt. It's a great movie.
It is.
No doubt at all. And I feel like I'm cheating here, Park, because I am bringing an Oscar to the table here.
An Oscar?
An Oscar is being brought to the table here. Park, I also think I'm cheating a little bit because I'm sorry. I had to. I chose two.
You chose two.
I chose two, Park, and just because I don't think I could put one over the other. Now, Park, these both came in 2001.
Okay.
There's none other than Shrek here, Park.
Oh my gosh.
And with that, I also had to put Monsters Inc. I could not put one of these movies over the other because they are both.
That's another
the
debate.
greatest-
That's another debate in
That
itself.
is another
right there.
debate. They are both equally, or I don't even care if they're equally, 1 and 2, the greatest monster movies post 2000. I knew that I couldn't compete with the classics, Park. I didn't want to debate the classics. I had to bring my boys Sully and Mike and Shrek to the table here as being
You're forgetting about
incredible
Donkey.
monsters. But yeah, he's not a monster, so I couldn't bring him to the table. I guess he might be a monster.
He's a talking.
Now, Park,
donkey.
I need to start with Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. incredibly unique storytelling, and it's innovative in storytelling. Just as you said with your movie, Park, two things. Are they the same movie, Quiet Place and Monsters Inc.? You tell me. They're both innovative, right? But we have questions in Monsters Inc. about who is the monster. Is it the monsters? Or is it the child? I don't know, Park.
Wow.
And more importantly, the message is, it might be the best message that we have ever had in movie history, let alone monster movies. Monsters Inc. tells you, Park, that happiness is worth more than fear and sadness. That laughter at the end is worth more. That they need to change the whole industry. They need to shake up the industry because the happiness and the joy is worth so much more than the fear, Park. And that was just an incredible revelation. Now, Park, that's the rest of my notes. Shrektoberfest is a great Shrek fest. Shrek is a cultural phenomenon that we have never seen. Shrek Crocs just came out. Have Quiet Place Crocs ever came out? I don't think so, Park. I rest my case.
This is not about cultural significance, so whether there are Quiet Place Crocs or not does not affect the argument.
I just had to put him in there, though, Park. I'm sorry.
Any way, shape, or form. Rick, I have to rebuttal you. I have to push back here because I feel like when we're debating about a creature feature movie, it's about suspense and fear and the creature, and those movies aren't necessarily about the creature themselves.
They are, Park, but not to the audience. But the monsters are scary to the kids, just as the kids are to the monsters. Just as the townspeople are to Shrek.
Maybe you have a little bit more of an argument for Monsters Inc. than Shrek, but
You told me creature feature, monster movie, Park, and that's what I'm giving you.
you know, you're not wrong. This is just not something I was expecting. This is totally out of left field. And when you said that you would take a shot if we had picked the same movie, you were very confident, and I can tell why you were very confident that we had not picked the same creature feature.
I do have a serious backup if you wanted me to give the serious backup. But
No, Rick, you're in it. You're
okay,
in it.
I'm in it. I'm allowed
Yeah.
to be here.
You're allowed to be here.
Okay. That can be a question for the audience of if one of these movies is allowed to be in the conversation.
Rick, this is a debate, and you can argue it however you see fit, even if you're entirely wrong, which you are right now.
I don't think I am, Park. Tell me why I'm wrong.
I don't know. I just know you are. I was kind of hoping that you would start rebuttaling me so I could figure out some reasons. Because normally when you're giving your side of the debate, I'm writing my rebuttal notes down. But I was just so taken off guard by Shrek and Monsters Inc. I just.
Well, so Monsters Inc. is my main, if you will, because I thought of Shrek right after, because I realized that's also a masterpiece that came out in 2001, won the Oscar. So Monsters Inc. is my main. I'll fight for Monsters Inc. That's what all my notes are. I'll delete Shrek out of my notes right now. Sorry, I just feel like I had to slip Shrek in there. So Park, innovative storytelling is what we're talking about. That was the first point you shared. That was actually legitimately. I said unique / innovative storytelling is the first point that I wrote down. That's the first point that you gave about your movie, which I think is really funny. That was not even on purpose.
That's true. They're both innovative movies in very, very different ways.
It's true, Park. But yours, you said it harken. You said, I love it when you use the word harken, Park. Because that means that it is standing on the shoulders of giants, which is great. But Park, my movie, Monsters Inc., it's a giant and by itself. It is fresh. It is new. It is for the whole family.
Well, that's true. It is for the whole family. But again, Rick, I have to go to the argument that normally a creature feature is meant to be scary and have horror elements to it, thriller elements to it. Those in which Monster Inc. does not.
It does
have very much of.
Park, the whole premise of the movie is scaring.
No.
It's just the man behind the curtains.
The whole premise of the movie is to get the child back to her bedroom and out of the monster
Park,
world.
that is a shallow interpretation. I am absolutely disappointed in you as a filmmaker that is your interpretation of Monsters Inc.
Again, a creature feature is about the creature, Rick. If everybody is a creature, is there really a creature to feature?
All the Monsters Inc. Park.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But if they're all,
they're the feature, the big picture. They're on the screen.
I just think that you in a creature feature, it's one or a group of the same type of monster. But when everybody and all of the characters are monsters, then where's the creature?
I guess it's Boo then, Park. People. That's the creature. The name is Boo. That's horrifying.
I guess they do flip it on its head, don't they?
They do. Which is the innovative storytelling and genius of Monsters, Inc. Back when Pixar movies used to just give you this spark of joy. You would see a Pixar movie and you would almost be at tears back when they were pure, Park.
I can say a lot of great things about Monsters, Inc. and Pixar movies in general, but I don't think I've ever come close to crying watching Monsters, Inc.
I'll give you another.
I will say I have come close to crying watching A Quiet Place because it has an emotionally resonant third act about being a father and parenthood and the love that you have for your children.
Park, that's like a billion things. What is innovative about parenthood? You can just watch Boyhood. I don't give a crap.
Oh my gosh, don't bring Boyhood into this argument. You're just reaching for the bottom of the barrel now, aren't you?
Boyhood is at the bottom of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I will say.
Well, I don't know how to end this debate. I just feel like it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. I feel like this is now just going to be is Monsters Inc. a creature feature?
Yeah, it's a totally different debate.
The producer question, I'm pretty sure, was creature feature / monster movie, and you can't tell me that Monsters Inc. is not a monster movie.
I mean, yeah, it is a monster movie, I guess, because there are monsters everywhere.
Well, I'm going to be honest, Mark, no matter what, my horse that I was going to bring to this race wasn't incredibly serious. My other one was going to be the good Cabin in the Woods, not the one that just came out, the one that came out in 2011, 2009.
Yeah.
Which that is still that's a love-hate letter to the horror creature feature genre. So it's still not, it's spoofy. So I guess it's still not serious.
Yeah. Well, you didn't actually get to debate with that one, so you stuck by Monsters, Inc., and I give you credit for that. That's a bold thing to do, Rick.
I had to stick by Monsters, Inc.
That was a very innovative argument to come into this, and you totally threw me off with your reveal. I'm not going to lie. So
didn't see it coming?
I didn't see it coming, so good job on that. And good job to you, the listeners, for tuning in to yet another debate episode. Again, it's up to you now. Who won this debate? Was it Rick and his wild, out of left field accusation of Monsters, Inc.? Or was it my wonderfully thought out and insightfully enriching pick, A Quiet Place, for the best creature feature / monster movie post 2000s? Let us know in the comments section below who won the debate. It's all up to you. Like always, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. We look forward to debating again with you all very soon. Until next time, we'll see you then.
Shrek is also a monster movie.